Hola, hola, queridos amigos, muy buenos días. Gracias por estar con nosotros en este su programa Café con Leche, la voz de los latinos en el mundo. Les habla Lilia Galindo y tengo conmigo vía telefónica en el video al doctor Jordan Goines del Distrito Escolar de Lancaster. Él es el encargado de programas especiales. Vamos a darle la bienvenida. Good morning, doctor Goines.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Fine, fine. We are here. Okay. Uh, what do you have good news for the students and parents of the Lancaster School District? I have here something about support for English for people who is learning for students who are learning English. Is that true?
Well, yeah, we always have that. That's not something that's anything new for us. But what we are doing, we wanted to make sure that families um, and community at large knew that we were opening up English second language classes for them, for families, for the
Ah,
adults.
for
As
the
well.
oh, that is great. That is
So for
really
parents,
really that is
so those are getting ready to start late November, like mid November, the week before we go on Thanksgiving break. So like that week of November 16th.
uh perfecto.
So we wanted to make family, and we just got done purchasing curriculums and getting the teachers in place. Wanted to make sure that families were aware. We're going to do that twice this year. So we're doing two 8-week stints or 8-week classes that are leveled into two separate areas. One for our very beginners and one for our people that have already taken it in the past, so our more advanced English learners or English people who are learning English.
Perfecto. Bueno, le estaba yo preguntando que había oído que iban a tener apoyo especial para los que están aprendiendo inglés, pero dice, bueno, para los estudiantes siempre lo hemos tenido, pero estamos ofreciendo ahora inglés como segundo idioma, clases para los adultos, para los padres, y van a empezar el día 16 de noviembre, y son, este tipo de clases las damos 2 veces al año, y duran 8 semanas. Vamos a tener uno para principiantes, para los que apenas están aprendiendo el inglés básico y otros los que ya han participado anteriormente. That is really good. What other things do you have, Dr. Goines? How can people enroll in this class? How can they enroll?
So we have so for the first set of classes, we've got over 100. We just this only opened a couple like between time periods that we talked. We've got over 100 people showing up that have asked for a spot. So right now we're sitting people on waiting lists. All they got to do is go to our district website. We've got flyers and stuff like that on there. We might have to pull those off relatively quickly just because we've got so many people who are interested. But we will be opening another set of classes in February. So for people to in February for people to be take part. So just we would to stay tuned and be and get on that list.
Doctor, okay. Doctor, what happened with some people enroll and as soon as it becomes a little bit difficult, they abandon the classes? What do you recommend them? What do you tell them? Because, they're going to take the place of somebody who really wants to learn English. And if they don't complete, it's not good.
That's why we have a waiting list going for it. So we also have a waiting list going for that particular class to be able to exhaust anybody that we might to be able to bring people in who may after people have dropped, because it's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be a really intense class. We start it just like we're going to start a regular, like in any other classroom that we teach. We've got 3 teachers who are on top of it right now, who are going to be teaching it. And those 3 teachers are going to be. They start off with a placement exam, just so that we know where people are at and where to be able to support different families and what they're learning in English. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start. We're going to put them into either level 1 or level 2. And then from there we're gonna instruct them in that particular curriculum, hook them up, get them taken care of, and then graduate them out, hopefully, so that they're strong and they can either move forward or move on.
Okay. Bueno, estas clases de inglés que se están ofreciendo para los padres, hasta este momento ya tienen 100 personas inscritas. Dice, pero pueden ir al website y de todos modos, si no hay cupo suficiente, vamos a empezar otra clase en febrero. Dice, por eso le preguntaba yo de algunas personas que se inscriben y tan pronto como empiezan muy entusiastas 2 o 3 clases y luego ya no regresan a la escuela. y ocupan un lugar que de otra gente que de verdad quiere aprender. Dice, no, por eso tenemos una lista de espera. Si alguien decide renunciar, pues se le remueve y se coloca a alguien de la lista de espera. Dice, pero primero les damos una evaluación para ver a qué nivel van a ir, si al nivel 1, al nivel 2, y ojalá que puedan completar todo el curso para que puedan tener esto para que sea la iniciación de algo productivo para su vida. Well, that is really good. What else, Dr. Goines?
So the other thing that I wanted to make sure families were aware about was our Parenting Partners program. We're getting ready to start that back up. It's going to be, for the majority, this is going to be, so both the ESL classes and these Parenting Partners classes, we're still in the front. We still have to do them online right now. But we wanted to make sure that families were aware that they should be hearing from their sites within the very near future that the Parenting Partners programs are going to be coming back so that we can make sure we can get families enrolled and get them involved. And those are going to be in both English and Spanish.
Quiero decirles que el programa de padres y partners como socios está nuevamente regresando y les quieren informar de esto. Así es que les van a llegar flyers o les va a llegar información a través del internet también para que estén preparados. Could you please explain a little bit what is the base for this program? How do they help?
So the cool thing about the Parenting Partners program is it's full on around how can we help kids be better in school, and how can families help their children be better in school. And I can tell you, like, there's many different strategies that they teach families. For me particularly, I took the idea of the yes and approach with my own children, which is funny because you know how kids will come at you and they'll say, I have to do this, or I can't do this, or you say, I need you to do the dishes, and they say, I have to do something else, I have to do my homework, and then the idea is then instead of raising your voice and getting all angry at your kid, it says, well, yes, and I need you to do the dishes, and keeping on repeating that particular statement. So there's many strategies that they teach you and how to be able to help your kid to be able to do the things that they need to get done and being able to support your student at home. And then on top of that, the idea of making sure that kids have safe places to do their homework, quiet places to do their homework, and getting things done the way that they need to get it done.
Bueno, este programa consiste en ayudar a los padres con estrategias para mejor educar a sus hijos, para que puedan aprovechar de la escuela muchísimo más. Por ejemplo, algo que a mí me pasa siempre, o me pasaba, es que yo le decía a mis hijos, te toca lavar los trastes, y decía, pero es que tengo que hacer mi tarea. Dice, ahora me enseñaron a contestarles, bueno, lavas los trastes y haces tu tarea, como son dos responsabilidades. Dice, así les enseñamos a los padres a que puedan tener, apoyar a sus hijos en el aprendizaje. Dice, también de enseñarles que le tienes que brindar un lugar donde el niño se pueda estar en silencio y concentrar para hacer sus tareas, un lugar que sea seguro y callado. Dr. Goines, I am talking for the Latino families, that we live like so many people in the same house, that sometimes we are ironing the clothes, eating, doing the homework in the same room, everybody all together with a lot of noise and a lot of different activities. How can poor children resolve this problem to have a safe and quiet place to do homework?
Well, so there's many different ways. We have, like, you can use other resources that don't exist within the home as well. The city library is open, and you can use that as a quiet place to get homework done. And kids can, for the most part, there's a lot of different areas in which we're working with students to be able to, at the school, so that homework is minimized, so that they don't have to do a lot. And on top of that, I kind of look at that as being a positive, to a degree, being a positive. Sometimes it might not be the most quiet place, but if you've got many people in the home, that means more people to help that may be able to know answers. They might have answers to questions that you might have that you might have, but so that you've got more homework help in the home that can also be a positive as well.
Bueno, le estoy platicando, le digo, por lo menos en las familias hispanas, a veces vivimos mucha gente en la misma casa, A veces estamos planchando en la mesa de comer mientras que alguien más está comiendo, mientras que el niño está haciendo la tarea, de tal manera que no hay un lugar donde todo el mundo hablando, haciendo lo suyo, y el niño es más difícil que se concentre. Dice, bueno, en estos casos recomiendo que vayan a buscar otros lugares alternativos para hacer la tarea, por ejemplo, las bibliotecas, donde te puedes sentar relajadamente sin que nadie te moleste. Y dice, pero una ventaja de que haya mucha gente en la casa es que a lo mejor pueden ayudar, ¿no? Dando opiniones, dando consejos de cómo hacer la tarea. Pero ustedes busquen la mejor alternativa para que su hijo se pueda desarrollar mejor. Okay, then when these groups start to work, I don't know if you already told me, but I don't recall.
Oh, so we're looking at a December start date for a lot of the parenting partners pieces. That's going to be happening either right after we get back from Thanksgiving break, or it's going to be happening towards the beginning of the school year, or towards the beginning of the calendar year after we get back from winter break, which is all coming up very fast.
So, oh yeah, it's amazing. Bueno, estas clases se van a iniciar después de que pase las festividades de Acción de Gracias y Thanksgiving, y luego dice, al principio de diciembre. Pero dice, el tiempo vuela y muy pronto van a tener conocimiento de eso. Ojalá que tomen la oportunidad de ir a estas clases. Do parents have to go to attend, or they do this kind of conferences by internet, by Zoom?
So this will be Zoom. This will likely be through Zoom.
Do you know that is really good for parents, because they don't have to spend the time in transportation, they don't have to spend gas, they can continue doing domestic labor while they are listening the information, I believe.
Well, so yeah, and I agree with that, because one of the things that like I've got going on today, like I'm going to be doing walkthroughs for at one of our school sites later on in about 2 hours. But at the same time, my child has my own kid who's in Lancaster School District is getting an award during school. So I can log in during WebEx, and I can be there for her. And then on top of that, I can, right before I can step out of the meeting that I'm in so that I can watch my kid get an award, and then I can move back on for the rest of my day. There's a lot of good that came out of the whole distance learning thing that I think that has really benefited us as a whole.
Bueno, estas clases de sociedad con los padres van a ser a través del internet, lo cual es muy conveniente a través de una junta de Zoom, porque los padres no tienen que gastarse dinero ni en gasolina ni tiempo, pueden continuar con sus actividades que tienen pendientes mientras que escuchan. Dice, sí, nos ha beneficiado mucho lo del Zoom, porque, por ejemplo, uno de mis hijos va a tener un reconocimiento en la escuela, mientras que yo tengo que estar trabajando aquí, pero sí me puedo conectar al internet para observar cómo está todo. Doctor, we are going to take a break and we will be back.
Okay.